and you're listening to Life Hacks with Vic and Katie. It's a Minute of Me special today. We've been hearing loads of the stories that were sent in as part of Radio 1's Minute of Me, and we just heard a really powerful story from Katie, whose partner sadly took his own life earlier this year.
And we wanted to share some advice about how you can look after your mental health and also look out for those around you. So joining us now is Alice Hendy. She's the founder of Ripple Suicide Prevention, which supports people who are vulnerable. Alice, thank you so much for joining us. I know the story behind Ripple's really close to your heart. What made you set it up?
Hi guys, thanks for having me. So I've created a charity called Ripple, and I set up this charity because on the 25th of November 2020, I lost my brother Josh to suicide. He was 21 years old, and I found that he was looking at some really harmful material on the internet, on his phone and on his laptop, to do with ending his life. And so in response to that, I've set up this charity, and the idea is it's a piece of tech. Once downloaded on your computer, it means that if anybody was to then search for something similar to do with ending your life online, my technology would intercept that search and instead provide that person with a message of hope that things would get better, and signpost them to a selection of 24/7 free mental health resources that they can access.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
What an amazing thing that you've done there, and doesn't sound easy either to set up a piece of technology like that. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm so sorry for your loss, Alice. Obviously, because of this, you've done a lot of research into this topic. How do you think you know when things aren't good and professional help is needed?
It's a tough question because it really does vary depending on the type of person you are. What might be some factors for one person might be completely different to someone else. But there are a number of things that you might be struggling with. You might think, I'm having a bad day today, or it might be something a little bit more long term than that. And with that in mind, the best advice that I could give here is to always make sure that you talk and open up, because somebody is always there to listen to you, whether that be friends, family, parents, teachers, or even some of the helplines that are available. In terms of signs that you might actually be experiencing that might make you think, I need some help here, I need some support. You might be having some emotional difficulties, maybe lack of interest in activities that you once enjoyed. You might be more angry than usual. You might be having some mood swings. You might feel like you don't want to socialize anymore with people. You might feel like you have no purpose, or failing to see something in the future that you might look forward to. There's so many different things that might make you think, I need some support, and that's okay. It's really important that we acknowledge that is an absolutely valid reason to go and get support if you need it.
And if you do recognise any of those signs in yourself or in those around you, what are the first steps that you can take in getting that support?
I think the first thing you can do is to avoid spending time by yourself. It's really important that you ask for help, even if you might not think like you want to, because it's a real daunting, big step to actually take that moment to ask for some support. You may worry about what people might think or what they might tell other people, but the truth is the people that care about you will want to help you, and all you've got to do is ask. So just take that step, be brave. Have that conversation with your family, trusted friends, professionals like your GP, your doctor, social worker, might be colleagues that you work with. It might be a support group online, as an example. And talk to them about it, and they will listen. And I think it's really important, if anybody's out there who might be worried about somebody at the moment, listening is a really, really key thing that you need to do, without judgment, without interrupting. Give them that opportunity to actually come to you and ask for some support if they need it.
Thank you so much, Alice. If you're listening to this and you have got a question for Alice about anything that she's just spoken about there, 03700 100 100 on WhatsApp, or maybe you've just got some comments to make about it or some advice to give yourself, get them in. about getting help, though, we know that sometimes there can be waiting lists and stuff, and we've had a question about that, haven't we?
Yeah, so this question for Alice says, I've tried talking to my GP, asking for help and resources, and there's just such a long waiting list. I feel bad at the moment. What can I be doing in the meantime while I'm waiting for help?
Yeah, and it's a great question, and it's really tough, right? You've taken that brave step to actually ask for some support, and then you're faced with a waiting list, and that's hard. So there's a number of things that you can do in the meantime. I've got a couple of recommendations for you. These are apps that I personally use now because I myself struggle with my own mental health following the passing of my brother. A couple of them include tracking your mood and how you're actually doing. One of the apps that I use is called Daylio, Daylio. And on that app, you can actually put in on a daily basis how you're feeling. What factors have impacted your mood? It could be work, it could be friends, it could be exercise, it could be what you've eaten, what you've had to drink, anything like that. And over the course of the weeks and months that follow, you'll be able to get a really detailed picture of what impacts you and your mental health and what lowers your mood and perhaps increases your mood. And that is a great way of really getting a bit more of an insight into you. What makes you tick, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. And it enables you to keep a bit more of a hold on what's going on a day-to-day basis. Another couple of apps that I've used before that I think are fantastic is Click, CLIC. It's an online forum. It enables you to check in and connect with people who are perhaps also struggling and also dealing with the same issues and pressures that you might be dealing with. There's lots and lots of topics on there, and it's a forum that is moderated 24 hours a day by mental health professionals. So a great way to connect with others because, as it's been said before on the show tonight, you are not alone. There is always someone else who is feeling similar to you, and there's always someone out there that's willing and ready to listen to you.
Well, on that note, before we say goodbye to you, Alice, you've been absolutely amazing. We've had a message from Naomi who says, hearing that story about the Ripple technologies brought instant tears to my eyes. 5 years ago, I was that person searching online, and I think seeing something positive instead would have really helped me. And a few people have asked for a reminder of what your app and tech is called. So if you could just let us know how people can get hold of that before you go.
Yeah, of course. So the website is ripplesuicideprevention.com. And on there, it's a piece of tech that you can download. It's free for you to download. If you're at school, college, university, it's completely free. And once downloaded, it means that if you were to search for anything harmful in the future, it just pops up and gives you that reminder that you're still needed. People love you and you deserve to be here. And it then signposts you to some amazing resources that can help you manage your mental health both now and in the longer term. And we're also on social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. So give us a follow and support us as we try and support as many people as we can.
You are loved and you deserve to be here. What beautiful words to end with. Thank you so much, Alice.